So I'll stop here, and in the last few minutes, we'll connect back to Dr. Natale in the lab. Can we connect to Dr. Natale's lab, please? And I'll stop here, and while we wait to connect to Dr. Natale's lab, if there are any questions, I'd be happy to take them. Any questions on the AFib, autonomics, any comments? Sorry? Oh, we are back in the lab. Okay, this is good. Oh, this is Andrea's lab again. Andrea, can you hear us? Lewis? Yeah, I'm not able to get the audio.
Oh, no problem.
Lewis, Andrea, can you guys hear us?
Wow, the instrument is very long.
Off, yeah, it is super long, yeah.
Wow.
Are they connected with us?
Sorry?
Are they connected?
I don't know. Pueden preguntar que si nos pueden conectar con el laboratorio.
Doctor Andrea, estamos con ustedes. ¿Nos pueden dar un...
Push the left, we isolated the appendage and the distal CS.
Duro, weón.
And then we did the superior vena cava. I want to show something. Can we show the isolation of the appendage?
Muestra el apéndice donde se aisló y muestra en el polígrafo, por favor. Ya estamos.
And then I want to show something that what we are doing now with the SVC because of, to avoid the phrenic nerve.
No estoy conectado yo.
Can we show?
Muestra el apéndice. ¿Dónde está el apéndice? Póngalo en pie. Listo.
So, in general, can you show the SVC point, guys?
Muestra la vena cava superior.
So, in general,
En general,
probably about 20% of the time, sometimes more, you cannot isolate the appendage. So we kind of map recently more posterior, looking for early activation, and actually we found that almost consistently in those cases where you cannot the lateral segment
Muéstralo en PA.
because of the frame.
Baja.
If you stay
Un poquito a la
posterior,
derecha.
come down,
Baja más.
you eventually
Ahí.
isolate the appendage.
Muestra el aislamiento de auriculilla. ¿Dónde lo grabas?
So if we show here, usually is a
LAA
posterior,
auriculilla. Aislamiento LAA, exacto.
is a posterior point. You always say
Tirando hacia la derecha. No, ese no es.
the phrenic nerve gets kind of in the posterior space, but it's much less likely to happen.
Ahí. Dale,
Show
dale.
the different color point.
Dale. Más
We
rápido.
isolated the superior vena cava. Shiv, can you hear me?
Go ahead, Andrea. We, the last part blanked out a tiny bit.
Oh. So I wanted to show you a different approach to isolate the superior vena cava. See if they can, I don't know what happened to the
Your circular catheter is in the SVCRA junction?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
We mark that by ice at the lower border of the pulmonary artery. Yes.
Okay.
So there was a very small delay component that disappeared.
Aislado. Andrea, this is the isolation of the left atrial appendage.
The recording, they are. No, this is not. No, can you show you on carto the point where we isolate the superior vena cava?
De superior vena cava. Muéstrame la vena cava superior.
Remove the left atrium.
Vena cava.
Yeah.
Ahí ya. Muéstrala acá. Ahí así.
Remove the left atrium. Remove the left atrium. Okay, there. Shiv.
Muéstrala acá.
The orange point, the black point is where we're capturing the front,
Muestra el aislamiento
the
de
lateral
vena cava.
segment, right where the lateral is.
Dale más, dale más.
So what we usually do, we stay posterior and come down, looking for an early activation.
Más,
By doing this, we're able to isolate the superior vena cava without
Más.
staying away
Ahí,
from
devuelve. Devuelve.
I just kind of want people to kind of see that.
Ahí,
This is
más.
something
Más.
we have a
Más,
paper
más,
describing
más,
this
más, más.
approach accepted in Europeans, but I think there is recently a Japanese group that kind of look at high density map showing that the input to the superior vena cava are not sort of straight, so sort of a orientation that goes along with what we've seen. No?
You can explain in the EP recording system is the right
Hey,
moment when
Andrea,
you select
Andrea, the last part again blanked out. So what you have tried to do is not to be circumferential, but deal with the posterior aspect of the SVC, right?
Yes, exactly, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do the septal segment, and when we get to the lateral, if we capture the front nerve, obviously you would not be able to do it. So in those cases, you stay posterior and come down, as you see there, and eventually we're able to isolate the superior vena cava. Okay? If you zoom on the frozen screen, you see when I
Quita la pantalla, por favor.
if you can see it.
So Andrea, one of the
pantalla de
points that
electrogramas.
came up from the audience, and this was earlier discussed, the area that where you're ablating is exactly where you see the sort of the intercable, the bundle, muscle bundle that connects in that region. So what is your endpoint over there? You've gone by local potentials?
Yes, yeah, they are usually earlier than the recording on the lasso, and you see sometimes abrupt disconnection or a prolongation and then a disconnection. Here we just saw abrupt disconnection. It's very, very the delay component you see on the still screen is very, very small and delay, and it kind of disappear as we were ablating. That was the location. Can you see it on the still Truca?
We're able to see both screens now.
Yeah, okay, cool. So the orange point is where actually we did that. You still, as I mentioned, you still have to pace the front nerve because there are rare cases where it's that posterior, but most of the time you can actually, we have a series of cases, I mentioned they're going to be published in Europace, where they are all patients where we could not isolate the appendage because of capture of the front nerve in the lateral segment, and we use this approach and we are able to do it.
Hablamos con Andrea ahorita a ver cuál es.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Andrea, Furman is actually showing the intercable bundle slide for isolating the right pulmonary vein. What is going to be your endpoint right now?
That portion that is showing is more septal. Here we are kind of more posterior.
More
we're not
posterior.
septal. Yes, you can see that the septal segment is much. You see those points on the lasso. There is a red point, very septal. That's a septum. We are actually posterior there. So it's not the same things that Fermin is showing for the right superior.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
So Andrea, what is going to be the endpoint for this case at this time?
We're done.
You're done. Okay.
Yes.
Is there any other closing comments you want to make here, Andrea?
I think the only things that I want people to understand is that there are patients where they have seen a variety of procedures today, and I think those procedures, as you mentioned, they are reasonable in certain patients, not in others. This is a patient where if we use just what most of the electrophysiology are used to do, which is pulmonary vein isolation only, this guy will never be free from atrial arrhythmia.
Sure.
And I want people to understand that. So
Perfect.
This is
I think we learned two good things in this case. In addition to a strategy, you also talk about esophageal protection. Andrea, I'm going to open this up for the audience to see if they had any questions before we signed off from you.
Okay.
Does the audience have any questions for Professor Natale before we sign off from their case? Okay, Andrea, the lab team and you are being requested to come get your lunch.
Okay.
So, again, congratulations and thank you so much.
Thank you.